Hello, everybody, and welcome to Soccer's Minecraft Survivor Season 2, the Aftershow. This episode was crazy, with a revote happening, the first one of the season, after two very, very boring votes. It's finally time to see people spice it up and play the game. Sadly, though, I am the only one here, as GSA is sick and cannot make it. However, as it is just me here, I have to bring someone who will be able to match my energy, and someone who can bring the entertainment value that GSA can. And even better, honestly. So here, I'm going to bring you guys with the special guest, Joma. How's it going? Joma?
Going great, JJ. It's going great. Mind if I sit here?
Yeah, of course.
Nice. I'm not taking up anyone's seat. Now am I?
No one important, clearly. If they're important,
Okay.
they'd be here.
Of course, yeah. Thanks for having me on, JJ. It's Saints versus Sinners. Wow. Big fan.
I know. This is the pinnacle of Minecraft Survivor right now. Like, the bar has been set time and time again. Like, this is it right here.
I know. Obviously, I'm a host, so, I got my little baby, but I love seeing other reports coming out. And soccer's, Saints versus Sinners, it's a pretty cool theme. And so far, it's been a pretty all right season.
I'm sure. And this episode, we're going to be fully talking about this season, you and me. So, since there's no person to interview here, as Jules couldn't make it either, we're going to be doing our individual cast rankings of who we like from bottom to the top and why. It could be as short as, like, I just hate their guts, or you could go on a minute-long rant if you want to. The stage is ours, honestly. Do whatever we want here.
How are we ranking it? Are we basing it off of, their player-wise, personality-wise, how they're doing in the game? How do I feel about them as a person? What's the baseline, I guess?
As this is Soccer's Minecraft Survivor, spontaneous actions are like the best kind of mentality here. So whatever way you feel like. Would you like to go first, Joma?
Yeah. Let me look at the cast. So am I saying my number 1 or my number 14? Or I guess
we gotta go bomb the top.
Based on how they've been shown in the episodes and how I enjoyed filming for them on a production side. Thermal for my 13.
Thermal, really? Why are you putting Thermal there?
Well, I think obviously, depending on the cast, you can get your quieter players to shine more. But, right now, I just see other personalities on the Saints tribe taking a more entertainment, I guess character-wise. But also from a game-wise, I see Thermal taking a backseat in both those positions.
I can agree with that, honestly. It seems like a lot of people are getting their storylines going on the tribe, and Thermal is just not there. But personally, for me, though, Thermal is not my 13.
Okay, who's your 13?
I'm on the after show. We hate them. They've been saying a lot of bad comments. It's going to be Red.
Oh, it's Red.
Yeah, Red just can't keep his mouth shut. Every episode he's going to say something that is a bad look every time. So I gotta look good here, and I got to put Red at the bottom. Make it an all-male alliance. Then I have 2 episodes after they're gone still talking shit about the person you voted out first.
I do not recall him making those comments both on the island and off the island. So, if he's going to be making those type of comments, I don't think it's someone that I can sort of, have represent my 12th, 11th, 10th. So actually, I'm going to put Red at 13 too. I'm going to put Red at 13. I'll bump up Thermal to 12. Justice for Marine, a wise man once said.
For real. All right, so since you now have your 13 at 12, I got to say my number 12. And it's someone...
Who's your number 12?
It's someone who I know is going to be booming, but right now I have to put him at 12, sadly. It's Kaz.
Kaz, okay.
Kaz, the potential is limitless for them. But right now they haven't been able to do much because everyone else has stories going on for him right now. Kaz is just stuck in a really, really bad spot with all that. Good spot game-wise, but still.
Okay, I see you there. I can agree with your opinion, but I do think Kaz, I guess, has a lot of potential. He has that idol, so just on a game level, if something goes south, he can easily shake it up and just swing this game in his favor. So, that's the biggest thing I love about idols. They have the power to shift up the game. For 11, so I'm going to put Weiss at 11 for me.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Why are you saying really? Why do you disagree with me? Please educate me.
I feel like their one quote alone carries them. That bitch can die.
Respectfully, right now, all I'm seeing is one dimension. I'm seeing one dimension. It's like Red. I maybe want to hear why that bitch is dying, or why do you want that bitch to die? why is that bitch dying beneficial to your game? And at this stage of the game, I haven't seen that yet.
My number 11, it's going to be like you said, like thermal. Like a lot of the same reasons you said there. I have a little bit higher though on the list, honestly, but same stuff. People are outshining them. There's a lot of dynamics going on. I really do like that thermal is kind of getting some drama a little bit, but not too much. It's getting overshadowed. Like thermal did mention something like at the live tribal. Thermal was the only person to say another name besides folk about Complex, but then they didn't even stick with it. But they're trying, and they have the upside to get higher, but right now I have to put them at 11.
Okay, this is going to be a hot take. I'm putting Oxy at 10.
Oxy, okay, let's
hear
hear it.
Oxy at 10. I mean, obviously, I know like I have to be like looking at this at the game, but listen, that stuff started to happen episode 1, episode 2. I might lose my job because of him. So
perfect. Smell him. Just smell him.
Okay, what about you? How's your 10 looking like?
My 10 is going to be probably one that is the biggest shock, honestly. I am seeing a one-dimensional character. It's kind of a hate train more than a hype train. And it's Boston.
Okay.
Boston, for the past 2 episodes, his entire character arc has been saying he needs to take out the duo of Kimmy and Hannah. That has been it since his tribal.
Listen, I can see you there. I can see you there. For number 9, I'm going to bounce back to the Saints. I think it's because of another player why I have him this high regardless. I'm going to put Kyle at my 9.
Ooh.
I know. Obviously, hot take. I'm coming in with these hot takes. I might get taken off the show after this. But you know what? I'm going to stand here and speak my truth. I think Kyle's tribal council tonight was very interesting because how his lines were delivered and how tribal council played out. I expect a lot of chaos back at camp for episode 4.
Of course, this after show, it may be ruthless, maybe cutthroat, but within the host, though, we're chill. If you're on this bench, you're my ride or die right now. We can talk shit about anyone else.
Anyone else who sat on this bench is probably a disgrace to this show, respectfully.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. Where were we? Is it my turn, your turn? I'm losing track here.
It's my turn.
Okay.
So I'm saying something that you already said earlier. My number 9 is going to be Weiss. For me, it's just the fact that they haven't really got to do much around camp. They've been to one tribal. They were, a name said, their challenge performance in the first one kind of did, give them some show time. In the second one, they just sat in the minecart the whole time. But their commentary and their confessionals, what we've seen from them so far, has carried me up there. That line, "that bitch can die," is too funny, and that alone brought them up spots for me.
For my 8s, I gotta do them like this, and it sucks. I'm gonna put Neptune at my 8.
Okay. Let's hear why.
I think Neptune is in a pretty, game-wise, I think he's chilling comfortably. I think he's not in danger. However, he's not in power. I'm pretty sure he voted, don't get me wrong, I think he voted right for this vote. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he voted correctly. I'm pretty sure he's in, I guess, the majority, if you will. But I don't think he's a shot caller. Obviously, I do like his narration. I feel like in confessionals, he is more of a storyteller rather than a character in the story yet. But obviously, if the game shakes up, that can shake up too.
I'll say my piece about Neptune when we get to him, but right now,
okay,
say my number 8. And it's shocking for me to say this, but I have to put Kyle at 8. As someone who played a season with Kyle, he's deadly. He is deadly. He sits there and he listens and he lets you talk. At the beginning of the game, it's not interesting, but that's what he's going to do. And someone already called him out for that. He doesn't say a word. He just sits there and lets you talk. And that's good. But I also saw him win a game without voting the majority once. So I'm scared of him. So that alone puts him at 8 for me. But right now, he's just chilling around the tribe. Like you said, he's just sitting there, setting stuff up, and people are doing all the work for him.
I'm going to put Kimmy at 7. Call me crazy. I'm putting Kimmy at 7.
Well,
it's done.
Crazy. I also had a Kimmy at 7.
Oh, really? You had Kimmy at 7 as well? Okay, so why do you have Kimmy at 7?
I have Kimmy at 7, honestly, because, that's just where they need to be at this point. They've been killing it with Hannah. Watching her and Hannah around the camp has been, one of the best part of the villains. She always has her good lines. People know that she's a good player, and people are scared of her. And people worrying about that after one tribal is entertaining enough. So people are helping her alone. However, she's only been to one tribal and only been able to expose, what she can do for one time. So once she's able to go to more tribals, that ranking can easily go up.
I agree with you. I had compared to a solar system, I think Kimmy is the sun. Everyone knows she's there. Everyone knows that if you get too close, she's deadly. She's going to burn you up. And I feel like all these other players are planets in the sense where they are revolving and orbiting around Kimmy. I think we're going to see a lot of players have some cool interactions because of Kimmy, but no Flame. I don't think we're going to see interactions of Kimmy herself. I think a lot of people are going to be able to bounce off of Kimmy.
I firmly agree with that. Like, perfectly said.
I got Jeffels, Madison, Folk, B, Boston Cats as my top 6. For my 6th spot, I'm going to give it to Folk. You know, I have played with him. I've seen what he can do on the camera. I just think the potential and what I've seen from these other 5 players exceeds that. You know, I think Folk will be a great character. I think, you know, despite him voting incorrectly, I think he has the potential as a player to bounce back and really try to ruffle up this tribe. I don't think Folk is the type of player to go down, you know, should he be the next target at this Saints trial because he voted incorrectly, I don't think he's going to lay down there and die. So I'm excited for Folk to sort of see how he's going to combat these next few obstacles that are going to be thrown at him.
Well, the other people in the top 5, I agree with. They're going to stay there for me. But this person, I think Folk stay there, honestly, for me. And someone that sticks to someone you had way earlier, I'm going to put Oxy down there.
Okay. I see that, Mr. Bathwater guy.
Yeah, Oxy, you know, he's been saying himself he's running the tribe. Around camp, he's like kind of the lead guy, the leader. He says he doesn't want to vote out anyone, which is kind of why he's lower. Like, we're here in Survivor, make a play some hero ball a little bit, you know.
For my 5, I know you had him a lot lower, but I see great. You know, it's like that one. It's like that one movie. Tremendous up value, tremendous present. Yeah, it's Kaz. You know, for those who don't know, I've done production for another recorded that has already been aired out, and I was on Kaz's tribe, so I got to do Kaz's confessionals, and from that season and those confessionals and being able to work him, you know, in the booth, giving him some great one-liners, giving him some great prompts to sort of bounce off of. I love Kaz as a character. I think he, you know, and he has the idol. So, you know, he has the ability to talk to us as the camera. I feel gravitated towards him when he speaks to me.
Exactly.
Okay, but JJ, talk to me. Who's at the bottom of your top 5?
The bottom of my top 5, they're the highest sinner, sadly, they're the last one left. My last 4 are all Saints. Number 5 is going to be Hannah for me.
Okay.
Hannah's always a face. They're not afraid to get in the conversation at all. They already got caught in a lie with like saying that. So now if folks sees anything with like their extra vote, that's gonna happen around there. People already are going after them, like Boston, who's an all-male alliance. Like people like Kimmy, they're revolving around them. However, she's been, I think, more prevalent with her ability to do stuff than Kimmy has, with having the advantage, with having all that. Like, and the challenges. Like, she's been there more, which is why I have her higher than Kimmy, but for a lot of the same reasons as why she's at 5.
I agree with you. And I think I'm going to piggyback on that because at my 4, I also have Hannah. I think Hannah was a great pick for this cast. You know, she is someone from the community, but, you know, no one, you know, picks her up as a pick. And, you know, I think it is a kind of a missed potential. And I'm glad Soccer was able to, you know, kind of realize this, that, hey, you know, Hannah is someone that people know from this community, has that sinner reputation, but hasn't really been on the record to prove it. And so I'm really happy that Hannah got this opportunity to sort of come on the show, you know, because it's one thing to be in the unrecorded scene doing all this, but in a recorded, it is so much fun to watch. Hannah is someone who isn't going to take the easy path. For her game, I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing, but as a viewer, as, you know, watching a recorded, I love the confrontation. I think Hannah is going to be, no matter what, she's going to be obstacles. She's going to be walls to other people's games. I don't think anyone's going to be able to go around Hannah. You're going to have to go through her. You're going to have to vote her out, or she's going to vote you out. And, you know, if Hannah's the wall, then her advantage is barbed wire. You know, it's just adding more and more and more.
And like, as someone who has played with her, like me and her, you also know I'm very loud. I'm very proud. Me and her, we butt heads as soon as we were on the same tactic together. So I really enjoy the way she plays. I'm so excited to see what she'll do this season. I
know it's a Saint. Run me through your final Saints. Who do you have as your final 4 Saints?
I have the people that you've said so far, I have Folk and Neptune, but I also have
Okay.
Jeffels and Madison left.
Okay.
Number 4, I have Madison right now.
Madison. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. Okay.
Okay. Hear me out here. Madison has been doing a lot of stuff that has been great. Starting from episode 1, honestly, where she's saying she hates her entire tribe, how they're annoying. I found that fucking hilarious. Episode 2, going off on Complex for saying that he was saying her name. So then finding out this episode that it was Thermal who said her name, not Complex at all. Then going up on him. I just feel like she's in such a good spot is why I put her at 4, honestly. Because, like, people like Jeffels and Folk, like, they're in such a terrible spot. So I want to see how they get out of it. Going to the next episode, I don't see any way Madison goes.
I'm liking what you're saying to me. I like it. And because I like it, I feel like she needs to be higher. That's why she's higher on my list. But I'll go into Madison when we get there. But for now, we're not getting near her. For my 3, I have Jeffels. Jeffels is another case for me because I was able to see Jeffels in a previous recorded. I was able to work the camera. I was able to talk to him. And I really like him. And coming into this season, the biggest thing I like is, it's a different Jeffels. I'm seeing a different Jeffels in Saints Row Centers compared to that previous recorded. And that's what I love to see about recorded players. When you bring people on who've been on all these shows, the risk you have is that, okay, it's just so-and-so, it's the same slate. You know what you're going to get. And on one hand, that's good. It's like security as a host. But as an editor, as a storyteller, I love it when I can bring on a character that I've already seen and put something new on the table.
And I agree, like, Jeffels, he's still on my board. Like, he's doing everything right for television right now. He is bringing so much to this season. I personally, it's the first time I've ever seen him on a recorded. I did not see the other one he was on. But I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. Great casting choice. Great character. He is just fantastic to watch. So,
okay.
My number 3, though, is someone you already put down. I got to put Folk at 3.
Okay. I wasn't that far off.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just he's doing so much right now. He spearheaded a complex vote. Someone who I didn't think was going to be going that well, but I'm not shocked they went home that early. He has full credit for that move. It might be the first time he went to Tribal, but he has full credit for that. No one said anything else. People were scared. He was the only person who said, I'm going to say a name. I'm going to do it here. I do that. The Saints, they made up for it the second time they went to Tribal. Everyone was playing the game. Everyone was doing great. But again, he got called out for playing the game. And when getting called out, he still got no votes. He was a part of drama in front of everyone. Handled it well. Played it off well. People know he's doing stuff, and yet he didn't get votes.
My final 2 people are Boston and Madison. And it's a toss-up. I think for me, I'm going to put Boston at 2. I'm putting Boston at 2. I think I've just seen more of Madison, but seeing Boston for the first time, he's a new person, but he's entering the game with a level of confidence in his confessionals to where it feels like someone who's played maybe 10 or 20 unrecordeds. And I think he's aware of this too. He's kind of aware, the spot he's in. It's not someone who's just going with the flow. Yes, he's I guess coasting along, but he knows where he's in. He knows his positioning right now in the tribe. He knows who he's good with. He knows who he needs to get out. And so I love Boston, and that's why he's at number 2. But I think Madison just, for me, she's my number 1.
As we know you're number 1 already, well, let's hear you say, why is Madison your number 1?
I think Madison is the Gardner of this season. She is growing the Saints tribe. For Madison, you look at her, especially, given her, I guess, comicability and, those stereotypes, they were shattered immediately, episode 1. I think any person who's played an unrecorded would think, okay, Madison's going home first on the Saints tribe. But no, she, was able to survive that vote. She was able to skate by. And given episode 3, she arguably, I think, is the one growing and not only creating herself as a character, but creating other characters and other interactions. I think her idea to put a vote on Jeffels was, it worked out great for her. I don't think anyone's going to know that she did it. And I think, based off Kyle's comments at Tribal Council, if I'm Jeffels, I'm thinking it's Kyle.
There's one thing you're forgetting, though. Really cool law. I was on his bad list once. I can't get put back there. So So now it's left for me, number 2 and 1. It's between Jeffels and Neptune. However,
Okay.
I gotta put Jeffels at number 2 for me. Jeffels,
Wow.
Jeffels, he's been killing it this season. Like, he shouldn't have said it himself, which I boosted him up over folk for me. He's in good with everyone. It's true. There was no way he got voted out there at all. Kyle saying that he was good with everyone, no one really took it into any consideration. Kyle, he's smart. He's not going to forget that. He's going to use it against Jeffels all the way. But still, it's hilarious. He's playing a good game. And now he's in the minority. His options are limitless. And for me, that's more exciting to see. As someone who's almost always in the bottom in recordeds, it's way more interesting to see, like, and be able to relate to someone who's like, okay, I'm against the wall now. How do I get out of this? Like, what are we going to see?
Okay. I see that. I mean, wow. I'm shocked to see that, obviously, I think Jeffels as the number 2 pick is a good answer, but above Neptune, listen, you're going to have to give me like a 5-paragraph essay because tell me why Neptune's your number 1.
Did you know that X-Sync hosted Unrecorded?
Huh? I've heard through the great Schmeckelvine, if you will.
4.5 years ago, I met Neptune in a unrecorded season. Since then, I have never played with him, and no one has seen him for years. Neptune is back, and every single person who's joined around the time I did, they are so excited to see Neptune on this cast and are shocked. Neptune is someone I saw on the committee. He was like a good player instantly and then just vanished. He's back now, and this is like his first time we've seen him in a recorded in who knows how long. So I want to see him do well so badly. He's been here for so long, hasn't got the recognition he deserves. People have forgot about him, honestly. I haven't, and I'm excited to see people now get to see the player that I saw back then and realize how good he is. So I want the world for him this season.
You know the hard thing about this, JJ? Come episode 4, my list can change entirely.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I mean, Boston going to the was number 4 for me. He fell 6 spots.
Obviously, I want to thank you once again for having me on the show. It's been a great time, breaking down the season, breaking down the player rankings. The game can shake up just like that.
And that's what's beautiful about Survivor. And this season, I just know we're in store for it. So thanks for coming, Joma. It was certainly a pleasure to have you and your expertise, wisdom, as the host of The Frontier and Minecraft Preschool. Thank you so much.
I know. And thank you once again. Thank you for bringing me on because obviously, I got my connections, but you're the big guy bringing me on here. I'm happy to catch up with you, talk about the season.
Thank you, man. Like, hearing your words of wisdom here, someone who actually watched the episode, it's glad to actually be able to talk game with you, talk ball.
No problem. Okay, so looking at my watch, I do have to go edit The Frontier. I am sorry, JJ. GSA, if you're watching this, you better show up next time. You may get fired. But with that, I'm going to head on out. JJ, thank you once again, man. Thank you once again.
And there you have it. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this episode. This next episode is going to be bigger and better than ever. We just saw a tribal with a tied vote that went into a revote. Next episode, we're going to see the aftermath of that, and it's going to be crazy. And we are here to recap it all. Take care, everyone.